Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Dressing Room Debrief. And it was a very frustrating 1-1 draw with Nottingham Forest at Stamford Bridge. But before I get into that, I just want to go on a topic that I feel is very frustrating and rife throughout football, and that is the topic of referees. Now, I'm not saying we drew to Nottingham Forest because of the referee. However, when you've got the keeper dropping down with the ball in his arms, time wasting from the 16th minute, and it goes on throughout the game. Throw-ins take 30 seconds to a minute each. You've got players going down, disrupting the play, disrupting the rhythm. When Chelsea scored, you've got players going down for about 7 minutes. And then the referee, there was an instance when a player went off injured for Nottingham Forest. They had a free kick. It wasn't a free kick. Maresca had his hand down by his side and he gave a handball from literally having the ball blasted him from about a yard away. And the referee allowed Forest to waste up to 7 minutes on that for the guy getting treatment. And then after that, the free kick was about to be taken, and then he let Forest make a sub. He booked the keeper, and this happens a lot in football when the keeper's time wasting throughout the whole of the game, and then literally he gives him like a token booking with about 3 minutes to go, knowing full well they'll never give him a second yellow for time wasting even more after that. And it's really frustrating. I think that football needs to clamp down, especially look, don't get me wrong. If I was a team lower in the league playing one of the big boys away from home, I get it, I completely get the time wasting thing, but it got brought to light after Arsenal started doing it against Man City a few weeks back, and it literally is what teams lower in the table do when they go away to play one of the bigger teams every week, and it never gets clamped down on. I just think in football, it's just ruins it really because the ball was in play for about. There was that stat when the ball was in play for about 55 minutes, so I'm not surprised. I'm all in favour of maybe a system being changed where, like in rugby, where the time stops when the ball's out of play, because then you get the actual amount of time being played in football, and then probably stop the cheating and the time wasting. I just think, yeah, referees are really gone downhill at the moment. There was I thought the referee didn't have control at all. When Chelsea scored, he allowed Forest to disrupt the play again. He was trying to book Maresca when there was a brawl breaking out onto the pitch. He booked Cucurella, I assume, for talking to the fourth official after he got pushed into the stands by one of the Forest players. And yeah, I just think the level of refereeing is really poor. But that's my rant for now. I'm going to get into the game, which I thought was very frustrating. It's a typical Chelsea performance where I said to the people next to me when I was watching it, when we dominated in that first 15 minutes without scoring, we didn't even hit the target. We had loads of shots, and literally peppered Forest for the first 15 minutes of the game and without no reward. And I knew that would come back and bite us because it's a typical performance against one of the teams lower in the league where they sit in a low block, we struggle to break it down, they nick a goal, and then we'd find ourselves losing. But this time, this is what I feel quite positive with the Chelsea team is that this time we actually scored and we actually had the chances to win. Whereas in seasons before, we'd struggle to break down the teams at all. And you just know that we'd lose it. So that is a positive. It's quite frustrating because I know Forest had chances and credit Sanchez. He made some outstanding saves, especially in the last minute of the game. But Chelsea could have scored about four before that. I thought we missed so many sitters, Felix and Cuckoo, with some point blank 6 yard box headers that they should have scored, especially the Felix one, which is just a free header. And then I thought that their keeper as well made some outstanding saves, especially one from Cole Palmer. And yeah, I just thought that we really need to address as well that really need to address our defence because we made some sloppy errors in the past few weeks. Well, this whole season actually, where we're very soft. Like Malo Gusto, I don't think had a good game. I don't really think he bodes too well in that sort of inverted role. I think Cucurella plays it better. And Cucurella's more defensive and better on better in that position where when he gets the ball. I think Malo Gusto's better at being on the wing and advancing forward, he's more attacking. Um, but yeah, I just feel like we need to address a lot of situations in defence where we're just making some sloppy errors. But then again, it's hard because although I think we should have won, I prefer the football we're playing this year. It seems more attacking, free flowing, and we are creating chances. It was a bit slow against Forest, but I do think we're heading in the right direction. And yeah, hopefully after the international break, we've got a tough run of games. We've got Liverpool, Newcastle, um, Man United, Liverpool and Man United are away games as well. Arsenal at home. So yeah, let's see if we can sort of push on from this.